Hi there, Neil from Richter, and welcome to another video. As you can see behind me, something totally different in the workshop today. It's actually a Fiat Ducato motorhome. This one is actually a Swift. We had another one in last week. It was a Auto Trail, so slightly different, but they're all based on the same vehicle. Some of our transporter customers are now going into this sort of thing, changing over into this kind of, really trendy, really on point. And as I say, we do see a few of these coming through now. What we've done on this, we've done quite a few upgrades already. So done a wheel and tyre upgrade. We've done an alarm system upgrade, a tracking system. We've also done a speaker upgrade and also a rear view camera. So we'll touch on those in some detail shortly. So the first big thing you'll see on the appearance, it's the off-road wheel and tyre package. So these are a OZ wheel, BF Goodrich tyres. You can see it completely transforms the vehicle. I had a chat with a customer on this one, and in terms of drivability, it's just as comfortable as the original, much smaller original motorhome wheels really. The big advantage with this is it is an off-road all-terrain tyre. You can also run it at a lot lower pressures. So if you were stuck in a field, you can let those rear tyres right down to make them bulge out slightly to get out of trouble. So they will take a lot lower pressure than the standard wheels and tyres. I think you'd agree, being a nice black all-terrain off-road swamper style wheel and tyre package, it really transforms the look of the vehicle. The next thing we'll touch on is the rear view camera. So I think we'll agree that this is quite a large vehicle in terms of reversing, and it's quite important. Parking sensors and reverse camera. Surprised it's not standard on this type of vehicle really. This particular customer wanted a bit more integration, so he didn't want a sort of camera cutting into any trim on the back, and also didn't want a separate screen on the dashboard. So what we've done on this, we've added a rear view mirror, which is an LCD screen that will actually operate. And what we've done, we fitted a double camera. So on the brake light, we've removed the original third brake light, fitted this double camera system. What that then gives us is a true rear view for when you're driving forward, i.e. it would replicate a conventional mirror. When we hit reverse, it then loads the image from the second camera, which is pointing downwards onto the bumper to allow us to reverse. So yeah, really cool feature. It was quite a tricky one for us because this is a Swift motorhome. It's got the blind on the front. It's very tight to get a conventional mirror in there, as traditionally the vehicles are produced without a mirror. We managed to modify the bracket and produce our own shorter extension, so that obviously the main thing we need to continue with is the blind fits and closes fully. So we've managed to achieve that on this model. Okay, so now you've seen it from the outside, let's take a look on the inside. As I mentioned, these don't come with a mirror, so as standard there's literally this little black plug. There is a mounting point for a mirror on the window, so what we've managed to do is actually integrate onto that original mounting point, so we've not had to glue anything to the window. It keeps it all original. As I said, the main feature we had to look at is this blind. As this comes up, you can see we've got full clearance within the blind, so you've got the privacy at night without hitting the mirror. So as the vehicle's now, the ignition's on the vehicle, the first thing we see, because we're in park, is a view of the rear of the vehicle. So it's a forward driving position. Effectively it's replicating what a normal mirror would do. You see this more and more. The new Transits have got it on, some of the Land Rover Defenders. So it's effectively a digital rear view mirror. As we hit the reverse gear, you'll hear the parking buzzer engage, because it's a long vehicle. You then get a different view, so we're now looking down over the back doors. We can clearly see the bumper. If you had a tow bar on it, it'd be great for hitching up to a trailer or a caravan, of course. As we flick back into another gear, neutral or drive, whatever, you can see there it flicks back across for the standard rear image. So yeah, really nice feature. As I say, it's not too intrusive. There is an option if you really wanted. There is a button on the unit, so you could technically power this down. I don't know why you'd really want to do that, but yeah, for example, I don't know, late at night it was putting you off, there is an option to switch it off. That then turns into a normal automatic dimming rear view mirror. So if there are lights behind you, it's got the electronics in there to dim, so you can turn it into a traditional mirror if you wanted to. So moving on from the rear view camera, the next interior upgrade we've done was speakers. So these vehicles come with a fairly basic speaker as standard. It's quite a poor quality. We spoke to our friends over at 4Car Audio. They now list a kit. It's an Eaton kit, so it's made in Germany. It's actually a full plug and play kit. which is lovely. So you can see here it's branded Fiat. It's a specific kit. These are the original door speakers we've removed. You can see tiny magnets on the back and some real small tweeters here. We'll try and overlay some shots of them in the situation fitted across this video, but yeah, the beauty is these completely, so they use the original connectors, the original mounting points. It's a case of remove the door card, fit those in. Because it's an audio upgrade, what we always do, we've also added plenty of sound deadening, so once the door card's off, we add skins. We've actually got 3 layers of skins, so on the outer door, the inner side of the door and the back of the door card are covered in skins, so it really deadens, makes a much better sound, produces much better bass. Because of the blind, it was a little bit more complicated, so the tweeters are actually in the factory locations. Obviously we have to remove that front blind, which we talked about earlier in the video, which is integrated with the rear view camera, so those blind, the whole blind system has to come out. But again, pretty straightforward, and the beauty is the tweeters they're not visible, they're all in the factory locations. The next 2 things we'll do with this van, there's a subwoofer upgrade. So under the center console there's a gap. It's a fully integrated subwoofer we're going to put into there. We're also considering an amplifier. You know, they're slightly more a bigger speaker, they would take more power, so like a little 4-channel power amplifier maybe. These vehicles have got speakers in the back as well as standard, or as part of the Swift conversion. We may even look to upgrading those to a slightly bigger speaker or a slightly more powerful speaker. But yeah, already just with the speaker upgrade on its own, without the sub, without the amp, it's made a significant difference, especially around the lower frequencies and the bass frequencies. Now we're going to move on to the next upgrade we did, which is actually the alarm. Believe it or not, these cars or these vans don't come as standard with an alarm at all. Both the Auto Trail and the Swift have no kind of inbuilt alarm security, so we'll touch on this next. So as I said, the next thing we're going to touch on is security on this vehicle. I think it's really important. These are very expensive vans, and you need to secure obviously your investment. So yeah, we've looked at that. 2 things we've done. The first thing we've done is a tracker. So we fit a Meta tracker or a Vodafone. We work with both Meta and Vodafone. This particular one's running the Meta tracker. The good thing with that, which we come on to, is that the alarm is linked with it. So it's an app-based tracking system. You can look at your driving score if you like. You can track the vehicle. If you upgrade to the deadlock version, you can actually immobilize the vehicle as well. That's not actually fitted to this one as yet, but the beauty is we can then put a trigger from the alarm. So if the alarm does set off when you're, for example, down the clubhouse or whatever, you'll then get a notification on your phone saying your van alarm has triggered. It's time to head back and obviously investigate what's going on. So yeah, this is an actual integrated alarm, also by Meta, as I mentioned. So there's no separate fobs, it's all linked into the factory fob. As you lock the van, it will automatically arm. As you unlock the van, it will disarm. It's connected to all existing sensors, so rear doors, sliding door, front doors. If they're open with a key, without the fob, or they're broken into, obviously we'll trigger the alarm. We've got a battery back siren under the bonnet. Also the bonnet is protected, so if the bonnet is forced open, it will also alert. We've also got the interior monitoring. So on this particular vehicle, we've added this ultrasonic sensor. I think it's great. It comes with 2 or 3 different coloured trims, so you can match it to the existing trim of the vehicle. There's like a black, a beige and a grey. With this one we selected the grey. What we've also done, we've pulled the LED through, so on the alarm button itself there is an LED showing you it's a feedback, so if an alarm's gone off, it will tell you how it's been triggered. It'll also show you the ultrasonics, whether they're setting or they're fully armed. So we thought it'd be better, because you're camping in the back of this vehicle. We've extended that, added a new LED and put it visual. So it's an optional extra, you don't have to do that, but rather than have to look down onto the alarm, which is hidden away, we've just extended that LED through as well. So yeah, that's a great feature. The other thing on this, which is really important, so this particular owner has dogs, and it is a case that they could be camping. It's got all the air conditioning systems, whatever, so there could be a case where you want to leave a dog in the vehicle and alarm it when you go off, I don't know, just to the local shop or something. With this one, you can lock the vehicle, fully arm it, but disable ultrasonics. So if we turn the ignition on and off twice, there'll be an audible chirp from the alarm. What that means is the vehicle's protected, but the interior is unprotected, therefore a dog or pet, whatever, can move around in the vehicle without triggering the alarm. So let's put that into action. Let's show you a couple of features on it. We're going to go outside, we'll open the door without the key and show you the alarm working. Okay, so let's take a look at the alarm in action. This vehicle is now armed. As you can see on the normal fob, if I was to unlock it with the fob, it would disarm the alarm. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with the key without using the fob, which should trigger off the alarm. To reset, we simply press the factory fob and unlock. What that then also does for us, it's going to give us an indication on the interior LED. So there's a series of flash patterns. If it's a single flash, that's shown as it's the ultrasonics. 2 flashes would be bonnet, for example. 3 flashes will be a door. So if you come back to the van and you've got a flashing LED, it's telling you the alarm has gone off while you're away. Obviously after 30 seconds, to stop annoying people, it will reset. And then when you come back, if you see that LED flashing, depending on what the code is it's flashing, it's telling you what area has been compromised. So we're now back inside the vehicle. I just want to show you a couple more features on this alarm whilst we're covering that off as well. So first thing you think of, if it's night time, you're going to be in the vehicle and sleeping, simplest thing to do is to press this button on the dashboard. We'll press that. The vehicle's locked, but it's disarmed. So then effectively, if you want to get up in the night, go to the toilet, make a drink, whatever, you're in the vehicle anyway. So the vehicle, all the doors are locked on the vehicle, but the alarm is disarmed. The other one we're going to do is the interior monitoring. So if we lock the vehicle, we need to stay very still for this one. You'll see on the LED pattern, the first thing we get is a very fast flash. So this will be flashing for about 30 seconds. We'll obviously cut away or speed this up. Once the ultrasonic is set, the pattern will then slow down to a steady flash, which means it's armed. And you'll see as soon as we move in here, we'll be triggering the alarm. Okay, so you can see that's now slowed down to a steady flash. So this is the normal mode. The interior is protected. As soon as we move, we're triggering the alarm as well. And again, it's an unlock to remove. If we now go back to this LED, it's now showing a single flash, which means when we come back to the vehicle, that's actually been triggered via the internal ultrasonics. So hopefully that's been a useful insight into the upgrades we offer on this motorhome. It's not just the Fiat motorhome, obviously. If it's a Ford motorhome, all of the things we've done would be available for all makes, especially the alarm, audio upgrade, that sort of thing. If it is something that's of interest, please get in contact with the team. We're sales@richterautomotive.co.uk, or give us a call on 01908 361 520. We'd love to know what you think in the comments, and we'll catch up in the next video.